The tops of the mountains and hills have different features. There are grasslands, meadows, peaks, and ridges. Ridge is a place which has valley on both sides. It is a straight line which may run for hundreds of kilometers. There are small ridges also which end after a few kilometers, but some ridges are very long. The ridge of Shimla is also a part of nearly more than 350-kilometer long ridge. Would you believe that? Hi everyone, my name is Sumit Raj and I am from Shimla. I run an experience providing company named as Shimla Walks. And in this episode today, Shimla with Sumit, we are going to learn about the ridge of Shimla, which is the most happening place of the town. Do you know the most interesting geographical fact of this ridge? It is nearly 350 kilometers long. Yes. Actually, it begins somewhere in the mountains near Kinnor and runs down till the bottom of the hill, till Kalka, and further on. And one branch of this ridge from Shimla bifurcates towards northwest and extends towards Bilaspur. 10 km of the stretch out of this 350 km long ridge has been designated for the town of Shimla. The ridge of Shimla begins from the western shoulder of Jakhu Hill and extends towards the Observatory Hill, which crowns the building of the Viceregal Lodge, or now known as Indian Institute of Advanced Study. The most interesting geographical fact about this ridge is that when you are there on it, you are actually standing on a dividing line. That means this ridge divides the Indian subcontinent into two parts. To the north, it has Indus catchment area. We have the mighty river Satluj, which receives all the water from its slopes, and finally Satluj joins Indus and Indus flows down to Arabian Sea. To the south, there is catchment area of river Ganga. The water flows down to river Giri, river Tons, and both these rivers join river Yamuna, and then Yamuna joins Ganga, which takes all the water to Bay of Bengal. The ridge in Shimla is one of the most happening places in the town. Most of the people, locals, natives, visitors, or the tourists prefer going to the ridge because of its open space and for its lovely views of northern hills and Himalayan peaks. The ambience of the ridge makes you feel like you are in some old European town. The ridge of Shimla has many features. Nearly more than 200 years ago from now, when the British arrived in the hills, there was a market up here, which was enough to fulfill the needs of all the villages in the vicinity. The market up on the ridge was called Upper Bazaar. There were ordinary looking shops of Indian shopkeepers, but after 1830s, some English firms also opened their shops and business centers at the ridge. Some of the famous English firms run by the British were T. Russet, a photographer, Messrs. Hamilton and West, the drapers, Messrs. O'Neill, the confectioners. And there were some Indian firms also, Hussain Baksh, Ihsanullah Khan and Arif Khan. At the site of this building of State Library, built in mock Tudor style of architecture, was a kotwali or a police station. who says that Indians were not allowed up at the mall or at the ridge. In those days, there were shops on either side of this open space, and they ran down till the Blessington Court, which is today the ice skating rink. In 1875, a major fire broke out from the business center of Messrs. Hamilton and West, and the whole market was gutted. It completely razed to ground. And after that, Mr. Perry Nisbet, the in charge of the municipality, decided not to allow anyone to have shops up there. All those who had lost their business were suitably compensated. And this is how the Mall Road came into existence. Later, a building next to present General Post Office was opened, where most of the shopkeepers purchased their shops and business centers to restart their business. That building remained with us till 1980s. It was called Bank Buildings. By that time, it had become very weak, so the government had to pull it down and erect the present structure. After the fire, the ridge became the only open space in Shimla. It became a public place. It was open for all. And later, it became the venue for the celebration of King's birthday on 12th November 1918. The British government also built a big-size water tank underneath with a capacity of nearly 20 million gallons of water. This yellow line designates the boundary of the water tank. The ground of the ridge is also used for the parade of Republic Day of India, which falls on 26th of January, and Independence Day of India, which falls on 15th of August. These white lines are used by the soldiers during the parade. In the month of June, every year, summer festival is organized here, and around the Christmas, winter carnival. Any political rally also takes place on this ground. The ridge is our promenade. Across India, the British government discovered and developed more than 64 big and small hill stations, but none of them is as beautiful as the ridge of Shimla. So, next time when you are in Shimla, go to ridge and feel like you are standing on a dividing line. The ridge which divides the Indian subcontinent into two parts. And to know more about Shimla, please subscribe the channel, like it, share it, and keep visiting our website shimlawalks.com. God bless you all. Have a great time. Bye-bye.